What up, YouTube? As in whoever's watching this, I'm hoping that I blow up with this content, notoriety. Let me turn the fan way down. Hoping I blow up with this notoriety. If you're one of the few people watching, what up to you? If all YouTube's watching, what up to all YouTube? Anyways, last time I believe I went over details of the pheno hunt. 12 phenos, they're all labeled, corresponding cuts, 2 of each. Of all of them, 22 survived, so that's over 90% success rate in the cut. So of 2 of the phenos, I only have 1 of them. The rest I have 2 phenos of each, and I took those before flower. These are day 16, I believe, and that's day 16 since I flipped the switch off, not 16 days after a 24-hour dark period, and then day 0 and then day 1 or nothing like that. So I believe whatever the hell I said, 16 days since I first flipped the lights off, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it's just kind of the type of things I went over last video. I also went over some nutrients that I'm using. That's behind here. But I'm not really trying to sell nutrients, so I'm not going to go over that bullshit again. Part of my language. I guess I was thinking on what new details to touch on in this video. Try to get my content boosted, my notoriety, like I've been saying. Like I had mentioned at the start of the video. Yes, I'm incorporating different things, tags and stuff, and I thought more frequent uploads. So I was thinking about more stuff to talk about, and I had determined I don't want to be like promoting like a salesman, especially stuff I'm not even associated with. But if I'm going to think of ways to create content, I may as well. And what's better than promoting a nutrients brand like say, House and Garden's the best. Like, you have to use House and Garden cocos with bud candy, and I'm dropping everything, empty bottles and trap with the whatever, this brand, that brand. Instead of promoting all that and praising that, I feel like I could praise my choice of genetics at least a little bit. I don't see as much of a problem with that. So just because I'm having success and I want to share my success, and it's not all about like trying to push Burner to be like a cannabis billionaire and like trying to be that extra needle in the haystack or whatever the hell, or that straw that breaks the camel's back in terms of fucking making Burner the first cannabis billionaire. However, screw it, I'm gonna promote it a little bit, because as you can see here, I taped the 6-packs to the top of each light, or each like light section framing. I try to do as little modifications as I can, so instead of putting a huge freaking bracket up with a bunch of screws that'll support the lights, I just got it supported by this tent, but with it only being the tent frame and not the actual canvas of the tent. I just got it supported by a couple screws and a yo-yo or ratchet string, and for frickin' doesn't wobble, because otherwise this whole thing would frickin' wobble that way a lot. So I got that little crap, and I got like a little screw and a zip tie right here, and that's about all that's keeping it from wobbling, because it doesn't have the canopy. And anyway, I'm getting carried away. So what I want to talk about this video is basically just promoting the seed bank. And I believe I'm gonna title this video something like, it's freaking cookie seed bank wet, because that's the strain. It's the cookie seed bank, and it's the wet, cheetah piss times Runtz. And I'm gonna promote that a little bit. Reason being is I got 2 6-packs. It's pretty simple. I couldn't spend a whole video talking about it. That's why I'm bull shooting for 4.5 minutes already. But however, get 2 6-packs. I got an extra seed in each 6-pack. Ended up having 2 runts of the 2 6-packs, so the extra seed canceled itself out, and I end up with a pretty damn even canopy of 6 and 6. So that's a pretty good use of your money if you want to do a pheno hunt with 2 6-packs, and you end up with 6 good phenos that you can grow. And I freaking gave up looking for pollen sacs because it's just stigma. And so I felt like, why not promote it? And this is like the smallest, this is the run of the bunch. I had mentioned it last video. Still no use even looking for stigma. It's like, I'm gonna just close my eyes and not even just assume that it's impossible, because I wanted to explain my theory on it and why go with something like Cookie seedbank instead of whatever other brand I'm not going to mention that might start with a cap or a pug, or I already I should censor myself out from even mentioning anything, because it's not about that. It's more about why, my reason for growing the hype brand. You could call me like a hype beast or whatever. Why not grow Humboldt, whatever, seed bank? The reason I'm doing cookies is because you can look up Burner's net worth now. He's a rapper. It might be a lot of rap, but you can look up Cookie's locations. They got locations damn near all over the country, damn near all over the globe at this point, and they have facilities. They have resources, and same goes for Jungle Boys. But I would advocate, I don't think Jungle Boys have feminized seeds though. Anyways, I would advocate for growing seeds of brands with resources, because I don't have a script here, so I'm doing my best rambling, trying to get some watch time. Work with me. They have resources. They have research and development resources. So they're probably growing that same bull crap for their own seeds, and they're probably growing other people's seed banks, maybe some that I mentioned, but they're definitely growing their own seeds, and they're probably sprouting hundreds of these things, putting them in freaking huge facilities, and they don't want to be worried about little pollen sacs and seeding a crop and stuff like that. So I think it's easier for bigger brands to have stuff more figured out in terms of that. So I believe, damn, I'm starting to sound stupid, but I'm gonna try to keep going here with my theory. If you can't see where the seeds are coming from, as in you can't look up a documentary on like marijuana mania and this and that and see like this company has huge facilities and they have the resources, why grow seeds from them? So I'm basically promoting big cannabis businesses in terms of pheno hunts, because over like basement grows or like anything in between, because the big companies have figured out. Man, it sounds better in my head, but hoping somebody watches this crap. This bull crap, me rambling. I'm new to this YouTube crap, so if I see somebody watching 8 minutes, 9 minutes through this YouTube video, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's how I love, because yeah. And of course, if anybody's watching to this point, suggest something, suggest what you want to hear me talk about. Right now I'm just saying, advocating for bigger brands in this stuff. We do pheno hunts because, humble, whatever, without mentioning brands like I am, certain people don't have the resources to, and I'm with all the arguments, and I'm sounding really dumb. So if somebody watches through all this shit and disagrees, I'm gonna sound kind of dumb because I'm stuttering. I don't have my talking points and fucking notes, and my mind's just not organized like that to go without it, I guess, and sound hella smart. So, however, 12 phenos, 2 6-packs, end up with 12 good phenos, and like this is maybe the smallest one of the bunch, and this is the biggest one. And I got 2 extra seeds, and 2 seeds didn't do as well, but it's pretty damn consistent. And I gave up looking for pollen sacs or herms or anything, so none of that. So I'm basically just advocating for the bigger brands in this crap. I don't know why. Obviously, it's not like I want the richer to get richer. All that woke bull crap. I'm not going all the way against that. It's just that I would just want people to have success, and like you could get seeds from your homie or whatever who like just cross the strain. I would advocate against that if you want to have like top of the line success with this. And I'm talking in circles, so yeah, I don't really want to end this though. Let me think about something else. Mention, touch on some other topic. Damn, I'm gonna watch this over and be like the only one watching this, and I don't know, and I'm gonna be like, what the hell was I talking about? But you know, I'm doing new techniques like using the tags and stuff, so hoping I get noticed with this. Oh yeah, close up. So resin production is not really kicking off yet. Obviously, this is like little buds so far. No bugs. I could show you with a microscope. There's still gonna be no bugs. Pretty clean. Oh yeah, I could go over my IPM. So I'm not gonna be spraying anything this late, and I sprayed like once or twice where I sprayed like, I think I low pH water with like a little bit of neem oil. I'm not sure how people are feeling about neem oil in 2024, but it was like in veg. I sprayed that like once or twice just to, I had it, I guess. So I don't really spray much for IPM. What I do is I will mop mid-run. Hot water, simple green, mop, mop, mop. I probably won't do it late in flower, but you know, I probably won't do it for like the last 6 weeks of flower like we might be on now, but I'll still be in here vacuuming and just keeping a super clean environment. And one of my IPMs is low humidity, so you see like these little baby flowers. A lot of people still have it like, what are people running, like 80 degrees, 70% humidity, and that would be like their ideal vegetative VPD. Now argue with me in the comments. I forget about the VPD, and that's my IPM. Forget about VPD, that's your IPM. So we hot. I mean, this is on top of the light, so it's hot. Just sitting up there. But this is like under the light, and it's hotter. Probably because I turned the fan down. It would probably be like below 80 if I turn the fan back up after this video. But it's only 43 humidity. Bugs like hot and humid. So if I were to keep this room 10% humidity all the time, it's a lot less likely that I would have bugs than if I were to keep this room 70% humidity like the Jungle Boys boast about. And I hear the Jungle Boys boasting about how they chase the VPD and to chase the VPD hot and humid as they can get, and all the way up to VPD scale as high as they can go. And then they're like, oh, well, homeless people live outside our door, and we're in LA, and those damn homeless people, so we have to spray for bugs every 3 days and all the time ritually. And I'm just thinking, like, they're such a big company. Like, I just went over so much detail on why you should trust these big companies with like buying their seeds for pheno hunts and stuff, because they have it all figured out. You don't want to go into Jungle Boys and tell them, hey, this is how you grow weed. At the same time, you know, they're blaming the homeless in LA for their bug problems. It's on the Athena Q&A. If you look that up on YouTube, I believe you'll find it. And I couldn't timestamp it for you off my head, but you know, you can find it if you want. I don't think they should do that. I think, you know, they're chasing their bottom, you know, they're chasing their profit margins or whatever you call it, however you phrase that. and they're not gonna go for like an extra week of veg every run extra week, because that's gonna add up. But if you're a home grower, you can most likely you can most likely sacrifice that. I'm gonna turn my fan a little bit up and just step away from it. You can most likely sacrifice that week shorter veg time and just drop humidity, and you won't have to frickin' yell about the homeless people on your YouTube Q&A and spray ritually, because you have low humidity. Bugs like high humidity, and that's just how it is, you know? So hot, humid is gonna attract bugs every day, every time, no matter, you know, until you live on Mars and you have an isolated space station, Mars living Elon Musk grandchildren, when they live on Mars and all that crap, then there'll be no bugs. Until then, what's the point of all this high humidity to shave off a week of veg? I don't see it, and you could argue with me, but that's my IPM. And I went way in depth talking in circles about that, but hopefully it helps whoever may watch this to understand my theology on that. Yeah. You know, look, cuts, they just got roots. They didn't just got roots. They've been ruined for like 3 weeks. They could have been transplanted like 2 weeks ago. 78, 46 humidity. You know, 42 humidity. And these are just cheap little thermos. You know, I got a bunch of them because none of them are going to be accurate. So if 2 of them are about the same and one of them's way off, it's probably between the 2 closer ones. So that's why I got a bunch of those around, cheap ones. What does this say, 80? Whatever, humidity, I can't zoom on that. 80 Fahrenheit, same with the thermostat says. Yeah, that's some theories I have. IPM, bigger seed banks for that you can see where it's coming from, and that they have large facilities of a big company. I don't know any company that's doing, oh yeah, back to the seed bank bull crap. If you buy some of these other seed banks that I had mentioned that I wasn't really trying to mention and talk shit on, but I happen to accidentally mention them, they don't have their own seed bank. So cookies, like just to put this into context, you Google cookies, I believe that's showing up, that their website, if you spell it like that with the cookies, that's showing up before a frickin' bakery for cookies. So it's a big brand. You click on that website, it's like, I don't want to guess the URL because I'm not sure on the official URL, but you can find the official cookies URL, and then from there you click on their seed bank, and then it'll take you to the seed bank straight from Googling cookies, and then you buy it straight from the you know, source, and you don't gotta mess with platinum direct, Herbie, you know, Pluto, Platinum, Herbie, Uranus seed bank from that, you know, Kappa Thug or, you know, Humboldt Kappa Thug or sold their seed bank, you know, all this bull crap when seeds going around, what's counterfeit, what's not. Well, it's not counterfeit because it's an official retailer, you can see on the website, but it's still not from the source, you know. I don't even get started with those money orders and stuff. And a lot of my theories, they come from Copycat and watching his lives back in the day. But, you know, I just gotta give credit where credit's due, but a lot of it's just me moving on, growing up, and seeing that, like, for myself, that a lot of this crap is true. And, shoot, now I mentioned Copycat, like, I guess I'll talk about Copycat for a second. You know, hope I don't catch like any drama for this. That's not my goal. I just want some notoriety, helpful tips and all that. I heard Copycat talking about, I'm just gonna quote him, and I might be misquoting him here and there. I'm gonna do my best though. He says bottom feed, 1000 ppm every time, stacking that shit. And, you know, just salt build up like crazy and freaking huge, heavy amounts of feeding. And what else he say? He said he said a lot of things that like I wasn't sure about until like you hear, and I still believed it because I was like going by that shit religiously because I was like in that cult, you know, copycat genetics cult, you know, believing everything dude says without questioning it. But later down the road, I hear Jungle Boys on their Q&As talking about, yeah, we're chasing heavy feelings, and all of a sudden that's not like some crazy dude on the internet. That's like also Jungle Boys talking about it. Whatever. That's just some side bull crap. Damn, 20-minute YouTube video. I'm in uncharted territory. And it's going to be uncharted as far as anybody watching this. So if you watch this and find helpful tips, damn, I don't know. You'll see the view count, but I'm kind of doubtful that's going to be more than like a handful. And like the average watch time is probably going to be like a minute. So if you're watching through this, you're a trooper, and I'm gonna just save you from hearing more bullcrap about me talking in circles. And I'm gonna try to space up the next update to say every week or so, but I just want to give this another shot, even though it's only been a couple days just to try out those tags. So I thought of some bullcrap to talk about. So, you know, probably just a rant that will just go down and with no views, not even me watching this shit over. So take what you want out of it. Hope you watch on fast forward, you just skip to the end or something, because I honestly feel bad for someone watching all this. But so yeah, and I'm still, you can see how much it's stretched in the past couple days since the last upload. This is like at the net, some above the net, so I'm hopeful that'll get a decent thickness of canopy. Still looking at like this plant, so number 1, 2, what is this, number 8 right here. It's a little bit shorter than 10 and 12, and so number 8, maybe number 6, 1, 2, 8, 6, 1 and 2. So 4 of them, 4 of the 6 phenos. I'm hoping they catch up a little bit. Not catch up, but just reach the second net wherever the rest of them go, to the sky or whatever. I know they're not gonna go that crazy. Yeah. Peace out, YouTube. Whole lot of bullcrap rambling. My voice is sore. Talking to myself damn near. And you watch this, I'm not talking to myself no more. I appreciate that. Peace out, YouTube. Hope I get somewhere with this channel, bullcrap. Yeah.